Transformers number 22 came out this week, and it sets up a huge climax of a battle as the finale for Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona's time on the series, as well as a tiny tease that has huge implications for the lore and potential scope of the series going forward. Prime is at his lowest ever ebb and almost dies this issue, and while he comes back from the brink, it doesn't look certain that he'll even be able to make it to the final battle. And all hope might be lost on Cybertron, with the Autobots on Earth receiving some unexpected backup. As we know from last issue, the Autobots are on the run from the Decepticons, making their escape on the back of the gigantic Superion, who has lost an arm. Mirroring Prime's situation, after he has his allies destroy his arm, when Megatron's cannon began acting on its own and started firing at them. They are forced to land, but get some help from the humans they helped at the hospital in the previous issue. They bring the Autobots to a safe place and show them the destroyed body of Ratchet. Prime is devastated at seeing the body and about the losses that the Autobots are taking, and after an emotional outburst, collapses, with the matrix of leadership ejecting from his chest. The other Autobots are obviously worried and tell Spike that it hasn't been charged since his father walked into it. Spike asks, will he die? And without hesitation, Wheeljack answers with a blunt yes. Spike decides to follow in his father's footsteps and sacrifice himself to save Prime, but Prime, either powered by his own feelings or possibly by spark plugs, manages to scream no and stop him from entering entirely. Only Spike's arm enters the matrix, but grabbing it forms a connection between him and Optimus, and for some reason gives Prime a vision. It's a vision of the Hall of Primes. If that means nothing to you, don't sweat. It's somewhat deep Transformers lore and didn't start coming into canon until about 20 years into the franchise, so G1 fans won't even have heard of this, though they did feature a little bit in the amazing and desperately deserving of a sequel, Transformers 1. The Autobots and the Doctors hoist the matrix back up into Prime's chest, but Spike's arm won't come out of it, and he seems to have fainted or gone into a coma. You can see he has like a medical mask on his face here. The Doctors tell the assembled Autobots that the government is transmitting on all radio channels that they should go east to Chicago. It seems that maybe the whole of Chicago has been evacuated so that it can be the battleground that lets the Autobots and Decepticons duke it out. You can see the convoy heading there, and it's pretty big. There's a lot of people rolling with Prime there on the top of the truck. It seems like he might not even be able to participate in the fight, but backup is coming because elsewhere on Cybertron, Elita tells Cliffjumper that she got the portal back to Earth working and that it can only send one of them. She says that Cliffjumper should go and back up Prime because Shredhead is the strongest Autobot there has been in 1,000 years, and he should stay on Cybertron and possibly shift the balance of power there. Cliffjumper at the last second throws Shredhead into the portal, possibly, if what Elita 1 says is true, increasing the chance of an Autobot victory on Earth, but at the cost of dooming the remaining Autobots on Cybertron. So it seems our final two issues are going to be a big battle, but there are also some threads of future plot here that seem like this book could extend out even further and continue for years from this point. That's great news for anybody who's a fan of the series, and personally I hope this book keeps running forever.